Hey everybody, it's Phil from ClevelandMoto, and I have got a real quick ride for you with the Benelli Leoncino Cinquecento. Hey, that's a lot of Italian, but it's the Leoncino. That means small lion, and there's a small lion on the front fender. Go figure. This is the standard, but this is the trail version of Benelli's standard 500cc motorcycle. As you can see, LED lighting with a projector beam, LED turn signals, gigantic disc brakes, huge, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear, monster stoppers. Comes from the factory with Metzler Tourance tires. Now the trail version gets a 17 in the back and gets the 19 in the front. The standard or street version gets 17s at the front and the rear. On the trail version, you're going to get the lace wheels, the wire wheels, very sexy. On the street version, you're going to get the standard alloys. Now the street version is a little bit lower, so it does sit a tad lower than the trail. The trail version, just as you can see, just a little bit more of an off-road treatment for the bike. The exhaust is different. There's quite a few things about the bike that are just a little different, but for the difference between the trail and the street. And I believe it's a $200 or $300 price difference between the two. Again, all LED lighting on the back of the machine. It's super cool. If it looks dirty, and it's because I'm having fun with it. I'm out riding it and enjoying it. The suspension is fully adjustable. So you just literally click back here to make the back end more stiff. And on the front, there's click adjustments right here as well. If your thumbnail's not long enough, then you can use a dime, and that'll help you get the adjustment exactly like you like it. 2 cylinders, 8 valves, fuel injected, and this is, of course, a liquid-cooled motorcycle. So you see the reservoir right there for your coolant. It is a 6-speed. This is a really fun bike to ride. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. And the interesting thing we'll cover in the notes or in the comments is that for 2022, this motorcycle has had a significant price raise. So they're asking, they've raised the price on the bike for 2022 quite a bit. So if you have an opportunity to find a 2021 still, this would be a great opportunity to snag it up. So really, really a cool bike. Let's go out and take it on the street a little bit, and we'll continue our discussion, but we'll do so with the added thrill of Cleveland traffic. Now, being that this is a 500cc bike, it is the kind of thing where we're going to say, this is not going to be 100 horsepower. In fact, about half of that. Torque on this one's about 33 or 34 foot-pounds, or pounds-feet, I guess. Everything that they did on this display is very, very simple, very elegant, and it gives you the exact information that you need to ride this bike and do it with loads of fun. So this machine, the setup is on the clock. It's super simple. The time is set right there at the very top. The ambient temperature is the bottom. In the middle, you've got your coolant temperature. That's right, liquid cooled. The big gauge, you got the tach that runs around the outside. Rev limiter seems to be around 10. Not surprising. Nice big visible gear position indicator right there in the middle. Little Leoncino logo in the middle, and then of course miles per hour, followed by your trip meter at the bottom, and that trip meter does have 2 trip-ometers. So you've got your odometer primary, and you've got trip meter 1 and trip meter 2, all settable by these 2 buttons on the dashboard. Super simple. One of the things the customers like a lot is the switchblade keys. So the keys do fold, and that folding key kind of is nice in your pocket. You're not going to stab a hole in your pants if you're doing the deep knee bends. Suspension fully adjustable in the front, like we said. Rebound and damping are controlled by the knobs on the top of the shock absorbers right there. It is a mechanical clutch, not a hydraulic clutch. It's a very, very, very light pull. Standard 2-finger clutch rules apply. Super simple. The brakes are, at no point on this motorcycle have I ever said I need more than 2 fingers of actuating power. You don't. And what's cool is you'll see it's got the adjustable disc right here, so you can set the brake lever position to what's comfortable for you. Super neat. Lots of fun. Those features, don't downplay those features. That's something that absolutely should get your attention. I really, really like the adjustable brake lever. I like that being able to kind of suit it to what kind of gloves I'm wearing or how big my customer's hands are. You also notice a taper bar, so a taper handlebar, which is another thing. It's a sign of quality. It's something that you're not going to see on a bike that's trying to beat a price point. You can't do a review of this bike without mentioning the Honda CB500X, which is a great bike in its own right. However, I will say that I am, as listeners or viewers will know, I'm about 6'1". I'm about 200 pounds, average weight, depending on what season it is, all right? I felt really crowded on the CB500X. I did. I did not feel like I had a lot of room to stretch out. This bike has plenty of room. I am not crowded on this machine at all. The trail gives you wider handlebars. That's nice. It's an extremely comfortable motorcycle to ride. I've got the suspension set really soft right now. That's generally how I like to get to know a motorcycle, is with the suspension set on the soft side. And so then we can kind of get to know the bike and stiffen the suspension up as we go or as we feel like it needs it. It's always good for me to do a baseline suspension setting on the soft side of things. Then the gas tank, completely easy to operate, no questions asked, just got the standard lock in the middle. This bike is a simple motorcycle. There's nothing on this bike that is overly complicated. There's nothing on the bike that's going to be like, oh, well, I really got to take some time to get to know this motorcycle. You really don't. It's just like, it's ready for you right now. The sound is pleasant, I gotta say. I don't know if you guys are getting a chance to hear it. When we get on the freeway here, I'll be quiet. I'll let the microphone pick up the sound of the bike. But it is a very pleasant exhaust. Benelli's done a great job. I mean, their stainless steel exhaust systems, not only are they attractive to look at, because they are. They don't take away from the looks of the bike. They add to it. The exhaust on the Benelli TNT 135, it would be a sin to take that exhaust off that bike because it looks so damn cool. Well, here on the Leoncino, it's the same thing. The exhaust looks great. There are certain motorcycles, when I think of the Moto Guzzi Grezzo, that Grezzo has got a gorgeous pipe on it. The pipe looks cool. It's part of the personality of the vehicle. Yay, good for Guzzi. And this one too. This one, it's got a very pleasant sound. It's not loud by any standard, obviously. It's not a loud bike, but it's also pleasant, though. It doesn't sound anemic. It doesn't sound pathetic. It's got a good tone to it. So, yay, good job, Benelli. I know I haven't, we're just doing some city driving here in the street, so we're not really getting a chance to flex muscles or anything fun, but we'll here for just a second. So, really good. Really good behavior. Not at all shaky or jumpy. Nothing at all. It feels very stable. There's nothing about it that is, shaky or off-putting. So as you can see, real stable, gives the power really nice for a 500cc, has no problem carrying over 100 miles per hour. Just very happy with this bike as a whole. I think that it's, the funny thing is, it's not a scrambler, right? So, this whole scramblerification of everything, right? Okay, put knobby tires on it and call it a scrambler. Well, this has got Messler Tourance tires. They're fantastic, and I've put them on a lot of different bikes. That's not a shortcoming. The bike does sit higher than its street cousin or its street brother. So that is, it's going to give you some increased ground clearance for being off-road. But it's not what anybody would consider to be an actual off-road vehicle, but it'll get you to the fun spots, there's no doubt in my mind. With the suspension being as wildly adjustable as it is, it'll probably be a load of fun going and getting down some fire trails or, in some gravel or some, Bureau of Land Management spaces you might want to go out to and do a night or two of camping. So, really neat, very, very well appointed. Oh, I didn't say anything about the seat. The seat is awesome. Look, usually manufacturers cheap out on the seat. They give you a seat that's like, you sit on it at the dealership and you're like, oh yeah, this is a marshmallow. Well, the problem with those marshmallow seats is they're great for like 90 seconds, but after 2 minutes, the foam, it's open cell foam, the foam is all compressed and you're just sitting on hard plastic. Well, nobody wants that. This seat is very sculpted. This seat's got a lot of shape to it, it's got a lot of form to it, and it gives you a remarkably good support. I gotta say, the back part of this seat, where you're going to be spending most of your time, it seems to have just two perfect spots for your sits bones. And I'm sitting on this thing, and I don't want to go back any further. I feel completely comfortable on this bike where I am. But if I wanted to be off-road and I wanted to be getting a toe down to make a turn, I could scooch forward another 6 inches on this seat, and crawl right up, just get right up on the gas tank and hug the tank if I wanted to. So here's to them for putting a really good seat on the bike from the factory. So, yeah, well done, Benelli, on a lot of different points. This thing's put together really well. It's put together really well. It's got a lot of charisma, and the cute little lion on the front fender doesn't hurt. I'm not against it in any way. I love the sound of it. What do you got? Oh, I got a Benelli Leoncino 500. Oh, crap. Yeah, would you like marinara with that? Because that's about the most Italian motorcycle you can name. So, super fun. Hope you guys had a good time riding along with me on my commute home. And just remember, if you need any more information, you have any questions, reach out to me. It's Phil at ClevelandMoto. And as usual, we do ask you to always ride fast and take chances.